Mr. Mike.
I know.
So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. Okay, you already know that the first man and the first woman were called Adam and Eve. Now, I also happen to know that kids love to know stuff that their parents don't know. So, what does Adam mean? Adam means earth, among other things. And why? Because God took Adam from the dust of the earth. And what does Eve mean? Eve means life giver because Eve was the mother of all living human beings, even you and me. We can go back all the way to Eve. This video is about chapter 1 of the book of Genesis. Adam doesn't get his name until chapter 2. Eve doesn't get her name until chapter 3. Girls, you're going to love this. When boys start harassing you, tell them, oh yeah, well the first man was named Dirt. Then God blessed them, and God said to them, be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth. The first sentence in verse 28 is, then God blessed them. Now this is the first time the word blessed is used in the Bible. So maybe we ought to try to understand what it means. You know, people sneeze and somebody says, God bless you. Or if you hurt yourself, somebody says, bless your heart. Well, do you know what that means? Do they know what that means? Let's go to the Hebrew and see if we can figure out what it means. The Hebrew word for blessed is composed of 3 letters, Vav, Dalet, and Beit. The word is pronounced Barak. The Hebrew language has a lot of different meanings for the word bless or blessed. Now, if you bless God, that means you're worshiping Him. If God blesses you, that means God intends for something good to happen to you. If someone says God bless you after you sneeze, it's just an expression like saying good morning. But in most cases, it does mean that the person saying it wants something good to happen to you, like get over your sneeze. And that is a simple explanation of the word bless or blessed. Besides learning about the word blessed, you got a little lesson in Hebrew. Now, the Bible was written in only 2 languages, Greek and Hebrew. Now, Greek is sort of easy because we have a lot of English words that come from Greek. So if you go to a Christian school, a Christian college, you'll find Greek teachers. You don't find a lot of Hebrew teachers because it is hard. Wouldn't it be neat to be a Hebrew teacher? Next is be fruitful and multiply. That means go out and have a lot of babies. God wants to fill up heaven with good people, so we need to make babies. Fill the earth and subdue it. Okay. You have a lot of babies, so you fill the earth. Get that part. Now, subdue. Let's say you're wrestling somebody, and you get them on the ground, you sit on top of them. You have subdued them. But God's talking about the earth. You're not going to wrestle the world and
watch this guy.
sit on top of it. Well, you can't sit on top of it. But in this case, God means you have to handle it. You have to manage it. You have to take care of it. Now, the Garden of Eden was pretty nice, so I'm thinking maybe Adam didn't have to mow the grass. But later on, when man sinned, they got kicked out of the garden. Then man had to work the earth. He had to plow the fields and plant the seeds and then pull the weeds and come back later and get the crops. So, he had to subdue the earth. Next, we have dominion over the fish, the birds, and the living things, which are animals. What God is doing is making man more important than the animals. Sort of like we get to be the boss. But, just as everything else that God puts under our care, we are to take care of the animals. And God said, "See, I have given you every herb that yields seed, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed. To you it shall be for food." In verse 29, God tells us what we can eat: fruit and vegetables, no meat. In order to eat meat, an animal must die. And so far, there is no death in the world. Also, to every beast of the earth, to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth, in which there is life, I have given every green herb for food. And it was so. In verse 29, God gave man fruit and vegetables. In verse 30, he gives vegetables to the animals. Then God saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was very good. So the evening and the morning were the sixth day. God looked at everything he made, the heavens and the earth, the sun, moon, and stars, the sea creatures, the birds, the animals, the insects, and finally his greatest creation, man and woman. And this time, God didn't just say that it was good. This time he looked at everything and said it was very good. And finally, the 6 days of creation have ended.